Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Homecoming 2024, Willow Lake High School style. We're going to live stream our parade here today, so hopefully we've got everything working, and we're going to get everybody going here in just a few minutes. So we'll be ready to go. Kids worked this morning on floats and all the things, and so ready to do this. After the parade this afternoon, later on, we will have a junior class. We'll be putting on a burger feed up at the football field up in Clark. Reminder, once again, the football game is in Clark tonight due to the renovations here in Willow Lake. So we'll be headed out that direction to take on the Dual Cardinals tonight for Homecoming 2024. Last week we did Clark's Homecoming up there, came away with a big victory over the Groton Tigers. Tonight we've got the Dual Cardinals coming to town, so we'll be doing that. Girls picked up a big victory here on Tuesday night, volleyball-wise, over D. Smith. Cross-country kids, they ran down in Sioux Valley on Tuesday, had a good showing down there. That went well. So we're just about ready to wrap up Homecoming 2024. So it's hard to believe that we are into October already and ready for postseason play coming up here in a few weeks. So we'll be doing that. So the volleyball game on Tuesday night against Great Plains Lutheran will be here in Willow Lake. On the schedule, it was on there as being in Clark, but we flip-flopped the game last Thursday night with Dual so that they had a homecoming volleyball game up in Clark. So we'll be playing Great Plains here in Willow Lake on Tuesday night. So just make sure everybody's got that on your radar so that when we get ready to play volleyball Tuesday night, we'll be here. You'll notice a whole lot of orange today when you look around, if you can see things here. In the parade and at the football game tonight and stuff, where orange is the signature color for leukemia awareness, and we are celebrating Levi in conjunction with homecoming, and rightfully so. The kids decided that today was going to be orange out for Levi, so got a lot of orange going on today around here. We took a picture out on the playground this morning with everybody that was here today at school, so that turned out pretty cool. We had some drones up there taking pictures, and then Mr. Lee was up on the roof of the school building taking pictures, so we got some pretty cool pictures of that to commemorate Homecoming 2024. So, as I said, lots of neat things going on here today. So, looks like we're starting to make the move down the street here, so we're getting ready to go. The color guard is coming at us here from the west. So we will start off as we always do with our Legion color guard here in the golf cart, and then we will have the 2024 Homecoming King and Queen, followed by the other royalty candidates and the class floats, and then the elementary division walking, followed up by some community floats. So here we go, Homecoming 2024 Willow Lake style. Got Mr. Bob Searing and Mr. Mike Corbel presenting, or no, that's Curtis Lamb and Bob Searing with the colors for the American Legion. And then we have Homecoming King Joshua Canagator and Queen Taya Vig. We've got royalty candidates Elliot Bretland and Shay Mahalski, and royalty candidates Kason Bretland and Kate Larson. And then we have the seniors, the class of 2025, with their entry is up. Clark Willow Lake are on their way up. Nicely done there. The juniors with Toy Story. Jacob's flag riding along. The sophomores, the Powder Puff champs, with Tangle. We're going to tangle up the Cardinals. Followed by the freshmen with Finding Nemo. The 8th graders are coming along with Moana. Nicely done. With the balloons and the streamers. The 7th graders with their rendition of Ratatouille. Mrs. Holm and Mrs. Hovde pulling that float. 7th graders on board. The 6th graders with Onward. And now we'll have the elementary walking division, the 5th graders with National Treasure. Got pictures of some of the kids there, seniors it looks like. Then we've got the kindergartners with their rendition of Up. Walking along there. And the 1st graders with the 101 Dalmatians all decked out in their Dalmatian colors there. And here come the 2nd grade with Cars racing to a victory. Some pretty nicely decorated cars on there. All of the different ones from the Cars movies. So, like those. And then we've got 3rd grade with Inside Out. Getting a little bit bunched up there. There we go. And then we've got 4th grade with Finding Nemo. And then we've got the staff coming here with Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, with their pets in tow, tossing candy. Mrs. Burke with her Ruthie, Mrs. Moore with Molly, and Mr. Lee with his entourage back there. Family pets made the trip for the parade. And we've got Dakota Vision Ag, When You Wish Upon a Star. And the Dakota Bank with the Cyclones are on the way to an incredible victory. And then Independent Ag Services. Agtegra. Teachers out in the middle of the street picking up candy and goodies. And the Legion Auxiliary. Dellenbar Bratland driving that one, I believe. And Riverview Dairy with their crew here. Tossing out some cheese sticks. And they got their cow. Their cow's been around for a while. We've had him in the gym, I think. We've had him in some parades, or her, I should say. So they make a nice contribution to the parade scene, to the community. And the Willow Lake Lions Club, Jelaine Thorson and John and one of the grandkids in there with them. No Lions, Cyclones can't wait to be king. Got George down there on the float in front of the Lion King. And now we've got Willow Lake Fire Department with their trucks. They got them all washed up and ready to go. Clark County Ambulance, number 2, I believe. This is a new rig that we got here in Willow Lake. Just this last summer, so looking pretty sharp. Like the looks of that one. Prefer it stays in the shed most of the time, but we like the looks of it. Followed up by the big rig, Janitor Brady driving that one. Now we'll wait for just a few minutes for him to get to the other end of Main Street and flip the loop and come back by us one more time. Again, junior class burger feed up in Clark, starting at 5 o'clock today at the football field. And then it's senior night for football, cross country, and cheerleading. So they'll be introducing the seniors and their parents prior to the game at about a 6:45 or so, 6:40 time frame for that. And then the homecoming football game at 7 o'clock kickoff against the Dual Cardinals. And that'll bring a close to homecoming 2024. Again, volleyball next Tuesday night is here. Monday is LCC cross country and junior high and JV football, all at Dual on Monday, starting at 4 o'clock. The cross country meet starts at 4, as does the junior high football game, and then that'll be followed by the JV football game at Dual on Monday. Volleyball here on Tuesday. And NEC cross country on Thursday in Webster. And then next Friday night, the boys will make the long journey out to Mobridge to take on the Mobridge Pollock Tigers. That one is a 6 o'clock start time, 6 o'clock Central Time. Start in Mobridge next Friday night. So if you're heading to Mobridge, plan accordingly. Leave time a little bit earlier so that you're there for that 6 o'clock kickoff time out there. that's kind of what next week entails around here. So busy, busy time of the year for everybody. Get everybody turned around down there on the other end to wrap around the bank and head back this direction. So again, King Joshua and Queen Taya leading the parade for the Cyclones. They'll be introduced at halftime of the football game this evening up in Clark. Cyclones are 5-1 going into this contest tonight. Cardinals are, I believe, 2-3 coming into this one. So looking for a good matchup, good game up there tonight. Looks like they're pretty much all made their way down to the bank now and gonna circle around the bank as soon as we get the fire trucks and the ambulance going that direction. Then the rest of them will head back this way. So we'll get them coming back. Said homecoming parade Willow Lake style. We do it. We go down Main Street and make the loop and come back again. Finish up here. So had a little bit of a different start this year. Started from the other way. We didn't have the football field to line everybody up, so we had to start it a little differently, but it worked well. Pretty good crowd down there on Main Street, it looks like, taking in the parade today, so appreciate everybody coming out. Beautiful weather. Might get a little bit breezy for later on tonight, but for right now it's pretty nice out here. About 68 degrees and sunshine, a little bit of breeze, trying to keep it out of the microphone, but it's a little tough. Wants to blow in there. All right, looks like they're headed back this way. You can see the flags there, so looks like they're coming this direction. Here they come. The color guard. Again, Mr. Curtis Lamb and Mr. Bob Searing leading the way today. Followed by King Josh and Queen Taya. And Elliot and Shay. Kaysen and Kate. Homecoming Royalty and Candidates 2024. The class of 2025, the seniors up. A victory is out there. Nice job. I don't know whose little playhouse they stole, but they got one from somewhere. And, the juniors. Levi atop the float. Toy Story. Looking good. The sophomores. Gonna get a tangled Clark Willow Lake victory. The freshman class Finding Nemo. That one is probably going to get detention out of that deal. Not sure what that was, but Mr. Flory will deal with that next week. Here come the 8th graders with Moana. They did a nice job. Some flowers on there and some balloons and some streamers and all the things. 7th graders with Ratatouille cooking up a Cyclone victory. Mrs. Hovde and Mrs. Holm bringing them down the street. By the 6th graders with Onward. Onward to the end zone. Here comes the 5th graders with National Treasure. The elementary walking groups are not quite as bunched up coming back as they were going down there. They were pretty bunched up when they went by here the first time, but there's a little more space between them. National Treasure, 5th graders. Got their signs and their pictures. Cyclones are a national treasure, Mrs. Hovde. Not sure why she's carrying the big sign and not the kids, but she did. And the kindergartners are coming along with Up with their balloons. Looks like they've all still got their balloons, so that's good. They went all the way down the street and came back with their balloons, so they held on to them. They're not quite as fired up coming back this way as they were when they went the other way. They're looking a little tired. A few stragglers in the back there. The kindergarten, or the first graders, 101 Dalmatians, they're spread out a little bit more than they were the first time they come by, too. Mrs. Zimprick and Miss Miner are tagging along there, trying to keep everybody Everybody up where they belong. First graders, cars, or second graders, I should say, the cars. Nicely decorated cars from the Toy Story movie there. Third graders with Inside Out. Quite a crew there. And the fourth grade with Finding Nemo. Jacoby bringing up the rear. Making sure everybody's out ahead of him, taken care of. So, fourth grade. Here comes the staff. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. It looks like maybe we may have lost Mrs. Burke and Ruthie. We've got Mr. Lee and his puppies and Mrs. Moore and Molly. So, oh, there comes Mrs. Burke and Ruthie. Coming on the other side over there. Looks like they've still got as many dogs as they had when they went the other way, so I think they've got them all yet. So, nicely done. Dakota Vision Ag. Brock and Carolyn Nichols with Wren. There. And Dakota Bank. Cyclones are on their way to an incredible victory. Independent Ag, Sean and Otto Moore in that one. Followed up by the crew from Agtegra. Looks like Josie and Janet in that one. Must be the end of the candy box. They're shaking it for all they can get out of there. Barb and Dell. And that one. Riverview Ag. Riverview Dairy with their crew. Their crew's a little more spread out than they were when they went the first time too, so. Nicely done. The Willow Lake Lions Club. No Lions, Cyclones can't wait to be king. John and Jelaine Thorson and Livy Sievert in the front, and George Tellinghusen on the trailer with the lion. Some more of the Riverview guys coming around the corner. And the Willow Lake fire trucks and the ambulance going to bring up the rear. So we've got Oscar Seafelt in this first one here. Willow Lake Ambulance, Cody Forbes and Norland Froke making all that noise for us. Like I said, that's a new rig this summer, so looking pretty sharp there. We prefer it to stay in the shed, but it looks nice. And Brady and Walker Lamont bringing up the rear in the final fire truck. Again, thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon for the 2024 Homecoming Parade. And we will be back in a few hours to bring you the football game from Clark. So, again, thank you for joining us.